Make sure y'all go follow Big Zo. The link to his channel in this specific video is in the description. And make sure y'all go follow the Ville. The link and channel to his video about this is in the description. Both strugglers or friends of the struggle channel, at least I hope in YouTube world, they might not help us if, you know, we had a car broke down, but on YouTube they'll say what's up and like the video. So in the YouTube world, we are we cool. But please don't pass me by if my car is flat. If y'all do recognize me, that's just on GP. All right, y'all, let's see what he's talking about. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Shout out to the people, man. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Goods XY. Man, listen, we going into the.
I needed some special effects. Like I'm gonna get some sparklers. That's what I'm gonna get. I can afford some kind of special effects. That explosion looked expensive. That look expensive.
Deep dive with the homie JV, man, from the Ville, man. Y'all already know what the deal is, man. Shout out to my boy Ville, man. JV, not the Ville. It's JV, not the Ville. So JV was on Curtis King's channel. They had a stream going on there. Shout out to Jalopy. Jalopy was on there as well. And that shit was blowing my mind, bro. The shit they was talking about was crazy. But get a Ville his flowers, man, because this man right here, he be deep diving into some, like, bro, he be finding shit out that, bro, we even know what's going on, bro. But hey, shout out to the Ville, man. I'm glad you part of his space so I can watch shit like this and uncover.
Yeah, please hit the like button. I be forgetting to get my e-bag on. Please hit the like button, y'all. Hit that like button. And when you hit the like button, apparently it do something on YouTube. I ain't seen it happen for me, but hey, you know, maybe the Lord shall bless us over here when y'all hit that like button. Go and hit that like button. Thank you for reminding me about that area smoke.
Some shit with y'all.
The #1 moderator.
I'm gonna react to his video that he posted. It's called Clues Emerge of Drake's Suspicious Activity at the Hidden Hills, man. It's crazy, y'all. Let's get to that. And listen, off that, if you have not followed, subscribed, whatever, to the Ville, do that. It's worth it.
So there's this conversation that we had last night talking about Hidden Hills. We had talked about Hidden Hills last time because of DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad did an interview with Akademiks where he had talked about Drake and this YOLO estate. This YOLO estate was in the Hidden Hills where Drake used to live at when he stayed in California. Now this is close to Calabasas. This is when he had a conversation with Akademiks, and he had told Akademiks that he wouldn't be surprised if Drake covered up some type of suspicious activity that happened there because of all the parties that he threw there.
So if you don't know, a lot of this stuff is coming up because of this interview that Akademiks had with DJ.
And see, this was happening when weirdos group together. And I don't understand why. You know how you got them friends, y'all click up and y'all just have a ball, everything be fun. See, when folks like Vlad and Akademiks, who, how the hell both their names DJs, they got DJ at first, but they don't DJ. Don't DJ. Can't DJ. So they frauds. Even from their name, they frauds. Like frauds of a feather flock together. Okay? But you see what happened when weirdos group together? They always start spilling they stupid secrets around and cause they just ain't got no type of cool to calm shit down. But you know, it is what it is, man. DJ Vlad and DJ Akademiks.
DJ Vlad. Now DJ
and it's Glad. Shout out to Crunchy Black. It's Glad and Pack of Hot Dogs Neck Akademiks.
Vlad said some things in there that got people looking at Drake sideways, and I'm sure Drake don't like the fact that this was even mentioned because now people are starting to connect the dots, money. That's the issue. When you start connecting dots, people start to get nervous. Hey, listen, ain't nothing better than connecting dots and seeing how. But listen, let's keep going.
Where DJ
and shout out to channels like the Ville, who I'm talking about. Watching him is like watching CSI hip hop. See, that's what watching the Ville is like. Shout out to him for the super deep research because it's crazy how he about to connect all the dots in this.
Vlad has said that there was some suspicious activity.
I will say though, you know what I was impressed by with all this and say not like us and everything people talking about Drake.
You sure right, Dean. Baca was a distraction. Baca going up and cause that was the first thing I said in the Baca video. Don't nobody care what Baca got to say. He gonna throw his dumb ass out there with a case trying to shield the boy when all of this going on. And it's in Hidden Hills. That sounds like nefarious grounds for things to happen at Hidden Hills.
Shout out to that shit making Akademiks actually sound.
That's where Drake hides his heels that he likes to wear, allegedly. Fuck allegedly. That's my opinion. I think he wears heels around the house. No disrespect to the people that like to wear heels.
Sound like a chipmunk. He actually sound like a chipmunk for real. Like, this is actually fitting.
Not one chick even erroneously filed a lawsuit, or like, I thought there was going to be a few of those to take advantage of the moment. And there's been not one person that's accused Drake of anything.
I just want to point this out. You see what happens when you try so hard to spin narratives and
And why would you, this is crazy where I paused it, but why would you say, nobody's accused Drake of anything? That's the equivalent of Drake on the damn Fart Part 6 talking about, oh, well, if I did something, I'll go to jail. What? Just because people ain't in jail yet, or someone ain't accused you yet, don't mean nothing didn't happen. And then when you say stuff like that, it just looks bad. It just looks stupid. Why would you say, oh, well, nobody's accused them? And then that's on some real fraud. The Hot Dog Academics gotta be trying to set Drake up on some slick. Like, he gotta hate his guts because he didn't come to his birthday party, or he don't text him back, or every time he texts him, it be from a different number, and then he find out it's a Google number or something like that. Because why would you go on saying cornball ass shit like this for when you trying to protect somebody? Get out of here.
Blaze, bro. Like, Akademiks' goal on that was to get Vlad to agree with him that nobody has never said anything. This was an attempt to debunk like the things that people have heard about, allegations here, allegations there. It's like him saying, I find it funny that, there's been all these allegations, but nobody has ever come forward, or nobody ever did. I don't know if he expected the answer that he got from Vlad. I think what he expected from Vlad to do was to agree with it and to help push out that narrative that people can look at and be like, oh, you know what? You're right. Nobody has ever come forward and this and that. But
and check this out. Why is him, Baca, how hasn't his team said, hey, y'all, not to say about this shit ever again? Like, if anybody asks about any allegations, don't say, be like, hey, next question. Next question. Like, the more you speak on, the more ammo you give for it. And see, this just shows how much more not, and I ain't gonna be even front though. This is beyond the not like us, just the regular not like us. I'm talking about even with the whole Whack 100 and all them niggas going on these podcasts running their mouth and shit. This is more just no common sense and clout chasery. This is more clout chasing than anything. This is really what this is. This is a symptom of the addiction to clout. Because y'all seen me crash out on the other videos. Like, only when stupid shit happen like this would I talk about this, right? That's my New Year's type thing that I want to do, right? DJ Sack should have so much other shit going on that him talk about the fraudster. He should not. Why are you bringing that up? Why? When it's so much, you got a whole Ebony Prince out here. You got a Prince coming dropping. I'm talking about this. He had video, and you still talking about it as if it ain't a whole bunch of other wheels in motion. He got some litigation going on. You giving ain't no telling what kind of MO he giving UMG, which I'm gonna be honest, whatever happened at that house, I'm pretty sure the executives was there too. That's just my opinion. Alleged, but there is never just no by themselves type when they come to that type of in my opinion. But yeah, this this is crazy. But it's great for us Drake haters. Let's continue.
Hey, this shit turned around and did something completely different.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if some starts coming out. Well, from what I understand, when Drake first moved to like Hidden Hills, like they were wilding out in that house. His homies, some that probably got.
Hey, and I ain't go front. Vlad is being who he is, what he is on the inside, what he is on the outside. When he said, I heard some shit going on. That's him. That's him. That's why you don't hang out with somebody. Vlad's whole job, his whole career is founded on talking to people and getting them to tell on themselves. So what in your brain, pack of hot dogs, Akademiks, made you think that he was gonna ride with you on some protection? When he don't protect his guests, he don't protect nobody. For him, I'm gonna try. Hey, Vlad ain't got all of them followers for nothing. Even though I don't give Vlad clicks and views now, I'd be lying. All us be lying if we didn't watch the original when Vlad first started doing interviews, because these niggas was really on there just saying everything. You be like, wow, really? You did what now? You saying that? Okay. Everybody's watching. So that's what he does. So to talk to Vlad is like talking to a big echo chamber, especially if you go talk about some dirt and you go try to act like didn't know dirt happened. Akademiks, you know, nobody's accused me of anything. Ain't that right, Vlad? Vlad looking like, bitch, what are you talking about? Do you know how many accusations I done heard? Ain't even no accusation. Somebody that gave me with tapes. I would drop them, but I got a nice bag not to drop them. That's what I think that conversation went like. Like, Vlad was like, oh, pump brakes. I'm DJ Vlad. You know I'm not a DJ, right? But I do be out here just telling people business. Yeah. I done heard some. And I would say I seen some, but I don't want to get myself in trouble. Let's continue.
That's insane. You got Vlad saying that him and his homies was probably doing some that got covered up somehow. What does that even mean, y'all? You feel me? Like, it's like at this point, what are you even talking about? Somehow, some you did out there somehow got covered up, which is not far-fetched. We all know that this is very much possible, especially if you buying a place over there to do your dirt. Hey,
I'm saying, and now maybe people got paid and partying. I heard some stories, you know, but and I'm not going to mention them. There was getting it in type shit. I mean, something.
And I hate when people, and then this some other hoe ass shit. What's the point of saying, I heard some stories, I'm not going to mention them? Why? What you say it for? Just get to talking. You already yapped. Continue, as my daughter would say, get the yapping. Keep on yapping. Let the yap continue then. I'm not going to say nothing. If that was my business and I heard him say, I heard some shit, it's already on site at that point. So you might as well go full-fledged with it. It's already on site.
Things could happen. Maybe he's paying them off. Like, I think Drake is just paying them off.
A very strange thing for Vlad to say out of nowhere. And it had people thinking, well, what happened? This property was owned by somebody that has the LLC, Richard Fitzenwell. Now, the Richard Fitzenwell LLC is... Hey,
hold on. Fanto just said some real shit. Did Drake really write it, or is her snitching? Hey, y'all seen Anchorman, right? And remember when they wanted to mess him up and get him off the station, they just wrote whatever on the teleprompter, because whatever he read on the teleprompter, he didn't pay no attention to it. He just read it, whatever. And they had him cuss or say something. He said, you San Diego at the end. And everybody was like, oh my gosh. And Rebecca Cornerstone was like, yeah, she had set him up. She put it on there. You probably right, Fanto, my bad. You is probably right. Cause let's see, I need you to know that I'm here instead of watching Luther during my lunchtime. Saw it was the struggle, so I had to pull up. We appreciate you, NK White. We appreciate you. I watched it earlier, actually. It came on while I was in the membership, while my mic was messed up in the membership. And I watched it back there. So we gonna talk about that as well after we finish this video right here. But yeah, Fantomas, I think you on to something. I think Hush pulled a Rebecca Cornerstone on him, and he just be reading whatever. Just like, all right, guys, that was great. And Hush over there, like Dudley from the Wacky Racials, that dog. Let's continue.
owned by Drake. We know that because of Ebony Prince, because Ebony Prince had revealed that Drake's alias at the Mark Hotel was Richard Fitzenwell. Now, remember, Ebony Prince was the person that obtained the items from Meet the Grams from Drake at this hotel and was able to expose his name as being Richard Fitzenwell, aka Dit Fitzenwell. Because of that, we were able to find out that he had the Richard Fitzenwell LLC, and this is what he later on used to purchase the property over.
And check this out. So he purchased that property under that name, that facetious name or whatever, and had folks, and this some even more deeper stuff. I'm gonna show y'all something I had did on my own. I was like, all right. So I typed in Hidden Hills, Drake, and Lipstick Alley. For all the folks who know what Lipstick Alley is, you know what it is. Anybody watch Tisa Spills or Tisa Talks or whatever, y'all know what I'm talking about. And I think it was housewarming. I think that's what they was talking about. Now this is just on some back end business shit, right? So check this out. He did a housewarming party, and this from 2012. Okay, all right. He did a housewarming party, and what they put out there was that. Now I don't know if this is the specific house because apparently he done bought 2-3 houses out there over time through there, but this was the first one. Back in 2012, and they said he was renting it for $45,000 a month. Well, this is something that Rich Cardone teaches people. They be like, yo, don't own your own house. Don't own it. What you do is you get into real estate, start your real estate company, you get your company to buy that property, then you rent yourself. You rent your house to yourself through the property, and then you could do all sorts of tax shits or do all sorts of extra shit or whatever. So when it originally happened, they thought that he was renting it when, according to this video, with what we just saw, he was renting from himself. And that goes back to all that web of LLCs he had and shit going on, which eventually is go catch up with him. But let's continue. I just noticed that was interesting that way back then they was talking about he was renting it, but that's if that's the same house. Like I said, it's apparently it's been multiple houses he done had.
Over there, Calabasas over there at Hidden Hills. He later on eventually had sold it to Matthew Stafford for whatever reason. Matthew Stafford ended up trying to sell the property shortly after, not because he's leaving California. He's apparently still staying in California, but for whatever reason, he just doesn't want anything to do with this property.
That's crazy too. It's not like he leaving. It's not like he trying to get out of there. But for whatever reason, he don't want to hang on to this property. I wonder what that reason might be.
He's selling it for only $12 million. He had bought it for $11 million. So it just shows you that he really wants to get out of this property. And now we have Vlad out here saying that there was something going on over here at the Hidden Hills. There's something going on, and Matthew Stafford didn't want anything to do with it. So eventually he tried to sell the property later on. And one of the biggest clues that we had came across last night about Hidden Hills was Splash Brothers. Splash Brothers was an original song that had featured Drake and French Montana. Later on, the song had came out, but it didn't have Drake anymore. It only had Lil Wayne. So Splash Brothers, the original song, the first verse has Drake in it. And Drake talks about the Hidden Hills. Drake says, yeah, on Double MG, I'll F a rapper's wife. She ain't even my type, but I'll make the sacrifice.
Make the sacrifice. That's some funny words. Now, I ain't going to 10-4. I'm not pulling out the 10-4 for that specific one, but for him to want to pull that song. Now, I agree with Goods on this one. I don't necessarily believe he pulled that verse just because of that little part right there, because that would mean he thinks, you know what I'm saying? That would mean he thinks ahead of his actions, and I can't give him that much credit. You know what I'm saying? That would mean that he was preparing to get exposed about some. And as we see from the last year, he was not prepared for anything. So I don't think he took this verse out of some, oh, smart, I'm about to hide some. No, that's, I would never give him that much credit ever in my life. But it might have been some personal stuff. Now, they named the song Splash Brothers. And all I'm going to do is bring a reminder up of the Boondocks. It was a certain episode of the Boondocks. Who was it? They had that song, Thug and Love. The Boondocks. Let me make sure I got the rappers' names correct and shit. Who was that? Thugalicious? Was it Thugalicious? Gangstalicious. Yeah. Gangstalicious. I'm not gonna be on no song. I don't care what the basketball players got going on. They call each other Splash Brothers because they literally making the ball splash through the hoop and it's go. I'm not doing no rapper song with nobody calling it Splash Brothers unless you know what I'm saying. Because to me, allegedly, whatever, is y'all splashing each other, Splash Brothers? They're wrong. So it's what if it was a lover's quarrel? Allegedly, just my opinion. And he was like, "Oh, you know what, French? You always gotta be on top. I'm taking my verse back." And then Rick Ross was gonna videotape it. He was gonna watch it. And he got mad. He was like, "Oh, y'all don't f up my name, boss." And then he went and made a diss song. These is just, you know me. I just allegedly. These just ideas. I'm just saying. But I don't think he took the verse out on no. Oh, I'm about to hide some stuff. I don't give him that much credit on anything.
Generate, bro. Like, to me, bro, doing shit like this, bro, I don't know why people think this shit is cool. And it shows you why people don't really like this nigga, bro. Like you are at the space you in where you ain't got people around you because of degenerate like this. I'll a rapper's wife. She ain't even my type, but I make the sacrifice. Like, we all know, like, he really trying to do that. Wow. I don't know what this man fascination is with having.
And I'm really concerned because there's only like 3 rappers that's really married. Like, I think 2 Chainz, Ice Cube. So he probably didn't write that. You right, Phantomas. He didn't write that. Somebody else wrote that.
Having women that belong to other men, you know, I don't know what his fascination is with that.
Oh my God. You're nasty.
Guys know the real secrets left in Hidden Hills. Bought the whole street up and I got it for a steal, which is funny for him to say because we know for sure when he had bought the property, this is when he had sold the property to Matthew Stafford for $11 million. This is the.
So if we think about
shout out to DeVille for his sleuth skills. Like, this is just putting it together. Man, this is some Murder, She Wrote Matlock levels of investigation. Y'all know I'm thoroughly impressed.
That line, right? Niggas' wives and, you know, whatever. And then it's followed up with niggas know the real secrets in the Hidden Hills. What do y'all think that is alluding to? Some was going on down there. This whole Hidden Hills thing is something deeper to this. It's definitely something.
And check this out. I was looking at something else. Check this out. I think I said, I think it was a Complex interview. The Hidden Hills, Drake interview. I think it was Coachella. Let me see. Complex. I had found it earlier. They give me. All right, so check this out. This is what's crazy. When he bought that house, this interview is from 2015 with Complex, all right? It's called Drake in Real Life, Ernest Baker. April 16, 2015. And I found it odd that he had this bar. He was like, if Kanye wasn't in Armenia, he'd be here right now. He come by all the time. He just bought a house like 5 houses down from me. Okay? And we all know the debauchery that Kanye is in. And they was kicking it like that back in the day. I don't know if, I think he said that to him directly. And, you know, wait, hold on. The last time I was in Coachella, I saw Kanye 4 years ago. It was a stuff alleged by now. Yeezy wore a Celine women's blouse and absolutely destroyed the festival and gave us one of the best performances of his career. This is 2015, all right. Ye wearing blouses and keep going by Drake house all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course it's debauchery going on. It's nothing else. They all gather in these exclusive neighborhoods. I know y'all done heard about the mansion parties. I know y'all got friends that's business adjacent. And if you have some and you didn't ask them that question, they let you know what's going on. They let you know you got to put your phone up. They let you know they got plates of whatever is around. Cat Williams been told us, you know, what he saw when he went in there. Wu-Tang, everybody, all you gotta do is look up interviews of mansion parties and rappers, and they will tell you, yo, it be going down in there. Shit that they don't agree with at all. And I think it was Inspector Deck and Ghostface was the only two people was like, we left. Like, it was just that crazy. But let's continue.
I'm deep into this. And this is just showing us how great 616 in LA has been aging. Like, who the fuck is talking about push-ups? Who the fuck is talking about any of these shits? Them shits aging like spoiled milk.
He admits that he bought the whole street up for a steal. I guess he did when he gets it for $3 million and sells it for 11. So we know that he's talking about Hidden Hills because of this, and we know he's talking about the Yellow Estate because of this. So what are the secrets exactly? I guess Drake didn't even want people to answer that question because this song got scrapped. Now, for sure, this song is out, but it only has Lil Wayne on it. Drake had stopped this song from being out so severely that he had to send a cease and desist.
Cease and desist is for can't listen to lies that come out of your mouth. Really good.
And this
nigga will talk on shit that he does. Ain't no telling how many cease and desists he done put out in his entire life. He probably putting out one as we speak. He done probably put out 4 or 5 today. Ain't no telling. And then go rap that shit. Once again, man, Phantomus, I think you right. I might have to take back that he don't write this shit. He just is hushed back there like, yeah, bitch, I got your hoe ass nigga. Yeah, you my gal. I got you, bro. Or somebody in the tent.
This is why him and Rick Ross started beefing. This is the reason why Drake and Rick Ross started beefing really bad online.
Now, see, that part is weird to me because it's like, you don't want the song to come out. Can't you just tell them, I don't want to be on that verse? Like, I said some things on that verse, let me take that back. Or let me redo my verse or whatever. Like, I think you could communicate that. But I would think that this would be some whole if Drake just didn't want to say nothing and he just decided to just send a cease and desist to keep this from getting anywhere. I don't know. Like,
Drake seemed like that type to just not say nothing and then pop up and you got some legal paperwork or something. Don't even have no conversation with you. Don't have no man-to-man conversation or nothing. Or man to whore. You know what I'm saying? Conversation with you or nothing. And I think that's another reason people don't with him. Like, he just will do some and don't have words with nobody. I remember Carcino was telling a story about the real reason why Drake and that's Carcino for life. For anybody that don't know, go make sure you check out his channel. He always got the dirt and the behind the scenes. But he was talking about the real reason Metro Boomin and Drake was into it because at the time Metro Boomin's mom had got killed and Drake had sent a text to somebody talking about, I don't care what happened to his mama, where my beats at. I don't think he said it to him directly though, but it got back to him. That's what he had said. And it's like, Nick, what? And that's why Metro went so crazy on it. He's a whole hoe. He's a whole hoe.
Reading it here, it's hard for me to see that he sent a cease and desist to suppress those lines. But then again, who knows, bruh?
Not yet. We're gonna get to it. Technically, I did, but I ain't no good music reactor like that because I don't, be getting it. It didn't, it's too love making for me. I want to do Brisk will probably be a good person to react to, but we go look at it after I finish this one here. Because anybody that was in the membership, because I watched it in the membership earlier, and I know I don't give out the the right vibes of it. I ain't too, I get more. I'm better when I'm angry about something.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Rick Ross had talked about this song later on. Eventually, he had came out.
I hate they had to change that damn
Drake. And
thumbnail.
This was Champagne Moments. This was a song that had came out right before the beef had kicked off with Kendrick Lamar. But it's what Rick Ross says.
But we gonna still look at it. We gonna still look at it afterwards and stuff. Cause the conversation I had, I asked everybody in the membership. I was like, "Yo, do y'all see any deeper levels to it?" Cause I was like, it was, it's Kendrick. So ain't no telling what 15 other things. He may have given us the directions to the Fountain of Life in that video. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have the eye to see it. So we go watch it, and for y'all eagle-eyed Kendrick fans out there, y'all might be able to point out some stuff that I missed out.
The end right here is what catched a lot of people's attention. I unfollowed you because you sent a mother effing cease and desist to French Montana. You sent the police, hated on my dog's project. That wasn't the same person that I seen when we were making the early records. Now Rick Ross is saying that he has sent the cease and desist to French Montana because of this record. We could confirm that because eventually it had been reported on the news. It says Drake did send French Montana a cease and desist. It says here that he eventually had sent it. And then this is when they had talked about Rick Ross, talking about how he didn't like that he did that to French Montana. But it doesn't end there because...
So it says it's been speculated that by fans that the song Splash Brothers caused the cease and desist letter. French's track was set to feature Drake alongside Ross and was supposed to arrive on French's They Got Amnesia project back in 2021. TMZ reported the song was scrapped because Drake was upset by the recent Astro World tragedy, but this was never confirmed.
What the Astro World tragedy got to do with sending somebody a cease and desist? What? That's like, hey, I ain't go front though. This is a true story. That's like that time I owed Sprint $340 in 2001. And the morning that 9/11 happened, I called them and was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to pay my bill. I'm in New York. And they was like, yeah, it says here you stay in Texas and stuff, and even if you did, you owe us $340. You done owed us that for 2 months. I'm sorry, we cutting you off. This is your last day. That's the same. It had no correlation, none at all. I am sending a cease and desist because of the Astro World.
What would the Astro World tragedy have to do with Splash Brothers? Okay.
When we watched the music video for this song, there's a part that Rick Ross says in the...
Y'all might be wondering how old Sprint... Back in the early 2000s, you had nights and weekends for free, but I was talking in the daytime, and that shit was like 20 cents a minute or some shit. And I had like the first mobile web, and they was charging like, what, 15 cents a kilobyte or something. It was crazy, but that's why my bill was insane. Just for you youngsters that don't understand how bills used to be.
Song that caught my attention with the music video. He says, told y'all guys to stay scheming. I predicted my fate. Got more money than you. If you want me to say 50 mil for the crib where you want me to stay. And I think it's important when he says this, 50 mil for the crib where you want me to stay, because in the music video, when he says that, this pops up right here.
50 mil for the crib where you want me to stay.
Listen, man, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all, bro. This is why I say shout out to the Ville, because I feel like a lot of people did, including me. I feel like a lot of people, what they did when this record came out, they kind of immediately dismissed Rick Ross. Let's keep it a band, bro. I feel like people, including me, heard this, going at Drake, and people kind of dismissed it. And I feel like people did it because it was in the middle of the beef. It was.
But this part right here, of what Goods is saying is, we did dismiss Rick Ross diss, like nobody cared, like we didn't give a damn at all. outside of the album cover, we totally kind of was like, why'd you here? Like we waiting on Kendrick, nigga, why are you here? Then the game go throw his piece of ass reply in there, and we really felt like, you know, folks was just throwing their towel in for nothing. But with this, and then he had a whole Hidden Hills plaid jacket on with some that does call, you know what they say, where there's smoke, where there is smoke. And shout out to the hot dog neck brothers of the world, except for Akademiks. But Rick Ross, he got like hot link though. That ain't a hot dog, them two big ass hot links. But let's continue.
Kendrick and everybody who looked like they tried to jump into this, I felt like people was just like, all right, man, like you trying to jump in and tag into this, but we just trying to hear what Kendrick and Drake gonna say to each other. And people dismissed the fuck out of this video, man. I'm telling y'all, they did not pay attention to this. And this shit was here the whole time, connecting dots. To me,
what's the business, Big Zo? Hey, on some real shit, I bet you like a month from now, the Ville JV, I bet you he coming out, he gonna come out, he be like, yeah, so we shouldn't have messed up on the game video. The game, yeah, nah, you right. The game ain't nothing going on in the game video. The game was in Belly 2. That's all I need to say. He read that script and was like, I'm gonna do it. That's all. That lets us know how deep that go.
He felt like a message that Rick Ross was just sending to Drake. Like, I know. Yo, everybody else might not know what this mean, but I know. This something like if you Drake, you sitting back and you watching this, you got to be like, man, you feel me?
He says 50 million for the crib, where you want me to stay, implying that he's talking about a house. The back of his shirt says Hidden Hills. So now I'm thinking, well, wow, does Rick Ross know what's going on with Hidden Hills? Does Rick Ross know what's going on with what DJ Vlad had talked about? And is he exposing it because Drake had sent a cease and desist to him in French Montana? But I'm thinking that Drake had sent that cease and desist because of the fact that he didn't want anybody to hear him talk about the real secrets left in Hidden Hills. And
damn. And see, you know, once the Ville put it together, then you kind of be like, all right, you know, I don't be wanting to give the fraudster no credit at all, like on anything. But you know, sometimes you got to. Hold on, y'all. I got to do something real quick. Let me jump on this real quick, y'all. Hold on. All right. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This make it. I still can't give him that credit just out of pure hatred. But it might be right with Rick Ross throwing it out there, and there might be some stuff, you know. And going back to what Phantom said, if Hush did write it and then Drake finally went back and reread it, it was like, oh my gosh, Hush is setting me up. I would fire him, but I can't whoop his ass. Baca, call the lawyer, send the cease and desist immediately. Yes, we're gonna play with the dildo later, but right now we're focus, Baca, focus. Maybe that's probably what happened. Allegedly, I'm just imagination. It don't seem like it couldn't happen though, do it?
Out of spite, Rick Ross makes a diss record called Champagne Moments. And when he talks about a crib, he shows the back of his shirt in the music video that says Hidden Hills.
Listen, I'm gonna tell everybody, like, this was very intentional, dog. 100%. This was intentional. But it kind of makes me upset because it's kind of like one of those situations where I felt like,
hey, now I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited about the peekaboo. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I was telling folks in the membership, you know, the first time I heard Luther, I listened to the first couple of bars. I'm not no slow jams type person. It's a dope song. I like it now, but I'm not no listen to slow jam person. But peekaboo and all that, yo, I'm excited about seeing that visual. Now, even in the Luther though, he did bust. He bust a shot. I was hoping that like a dummy of the fraudster would fall down. It didn't happen. But hey, and with SZA's love interest, I was like, is he gonna bust at him and that's representing the fraudster? Because he looked fraudry-esque. But we gonna get into it. We gonna watch it after this. We almost through with this one.
damn, bro, we kind of dismissed this, bro, and we ain't really paid no mind. You feel me? We ain't paid it no mind, and I'm kind of upset that we did that because, man.
Hey Ross, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I know I said, nigga, don't nobody want to hear what you got to say about this beef. I know I probably said that verbatim, and I'm sorry. I did give you your props because you was funny on all of the Instagram stuff. I just didn't feel like a record was needed at the time, but I didn't know you was telling us about the Hidden Hills. I thought you was talking about the Hidden Valley Ranch because you in Wingstop. I was like, oh, this nigga repping he must have got a deal with Hidden Valley Ranch sauce. But no, it was talking about the Hidden Hills. You know, that's my fault. That's my fault.
Man, bro, because we missed the clue. We missed the clue. But shout out to the Ville, man. The Ville here to let us know. Shout out to the Ville, man. Yo, the Ville like, nah, I got y'all. I got y'all. Yeah, let's get it.
The same thing that DJ Vlad had talked about when he said that Drake could have paid to cover up some suspicious activity that happened at that party compound.
There's been not one person that's coming out. Well, from what I understand, when Drake first moved to like Hidden Hills, like they were wilding out in that house. His homies that probably got covered. You know what I'm saying? And now maybe people got paid and like, partying. Not like I heard some stories, you know, but and I'm not going to mention that it was getting it in type shit. I mean, some things could happen. Maybe he's paying them off. Like, I think Drake was just paying them off. And so, I mean, listen.
Which makes me feel like I talked about in the last video, why Matthew Stafford decided to get rid of the property. I feel like Matthew Stafford had found out that this was Drake's party compound. There was a lot of stuff that went down there when he used to live there. And it just made me feel like Matthew Stafford just tried to get rid of the property altogether because he didn't want nothing to do.
I'm be honest. If you buy any house in the Hidden Hills or in any hills in LA, because that's where all of the shit with the damn, what was that dude? The singer, the Manson. Like, you buy a house in LA, you just gotta assume that occurred there, okay? I'm talking about worst of the worst. All right, I can see it now. You go, unless you win the lottery and you go to LA and the Hollywood Hills, you know what, man, I'm gonna go get a house in Hollywood Hills, and the realtor walking you around, they don't know you was broke and won the lottery. They think you already been bought and be like, yes, and of course I know you're very interested. Here's the hole that goes to the tunnels between the houses so that you can put your hostages there. Aren't you excited? You like, what? And the realtor will be like, oh, your new money. Oh, your new oh, I'm sorry. Just forget I said that. Yeah, you buy a house up there. It's some around afoot. I'm not sure if it was just the drakery of it all that made him, probably. I don't know this Matthew Stafford guy, but I could see him be like, that looks like it can only fit like 9 people down there. I'm gonna have at least 20 people stuff down there. Is there a place? Can you show me a place that has more, place for debauchery, please? Because I also need to put my torture chamber down there too as well. So I don't know. Maybe it's because of the drakery of it all, but who knows? Allegedly.
Do with it. Why else would he sell the property for only an extra 1.5 million off the top? He bought it for 11 and he's trying to get rid of it for 12. Doesn't seem very profitable if you ask me. But moving forward, I really do think that Rick Ross was trying to send a message to Drake when he had made this music video. I think that he knows what's going on in Hidden Hills, because why else would he wear this shirt during a diss track music video that he's sending out to Drake? This whole song is a diss record for Drake. And then we have Kendrick Lamar, who seemingly is hinting towards 4 p.m. in Calabasas with 616 in LA. So we went back to 4 p.m. in Calabasas because this is basically Drake in Calabasas over there at the Hidden Hills. This is a song that he had created while he was staying
on some real shit, Chance. I'm be very honest with you. I feel you on that. You know what? I feel you. But in actuality, what's happening right now is, it ain't like nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Like, they going back and finding shit that's been out there. Like, Briss had sent me something where old buddy had sent me, Briss sent me something where they was talking about these verses where Kendrick had said something about the lions and tigers and bears and stuff, and something that Drake had, like, so we just really discovering all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, but I get you on that. Like, I don't want to hear no new secrets of, like, the next record. I really just want people to come out on some Tupac shit and be like, yo, fuck you, sickle cell having up XYZ, etc. Names, date, places, everything. You know what I'm saying? I would expect that. But right now, though, it's just a treasure trove of secret that we didn't know about. But thank you for that super set. I appreciate you on that, Chance 0099.
Or at least he was still living there at the time and owned the property.
You can think of this as 4 p.m. in Hidden Hills. Basically.
In June 2016. So we went back to 616 in LA and 4 p.m. in Calabasas, because 616 in LA is supposed to be imitation of 4 p.m. in Calabasas, 5 a.m. in Toronto. It's supposed to imitate Drake when he took the time and location of places and named it after a title of a song. But what was funny, and real quick side note here, when we were doing this, 616 in LA was the name of the song, but 4 p.m. in Calabasas was actually released and created on June 2016, which is 616 in LA. Drake had released the song on 616.
Crazy.
And he was in California, or at least owned a property in California,
And I ain't go front. I didn't even know timestamp songs existed before Kendrick dropped the 616 LA. When he dropped, I was like, what the hell did that mean? Where I didn't even know that Drake had a timestamp song discography or nothing like that. So that I learned a whole bunch of stuff new in this battle I didn't even know existed.
At Hidden Hills at the time of this release. I guess it's different in the city I come from. All of a sudden, I got people showing how much they truly resent me. The whole demeanor just spells envy. They trying to tempt me. Now, this is Drake talking about how people on his team are resenting him and they envy him. It also goes back to when Kendrick was saying that people want to see you as a casualty that you had on salary. It looks like six.
And see, that's the thing. Don't nobody envy you, dude. Like, they look at you as like, wow, this bitch ass motherfucker got everything. But but that's just material. Looking at somebody like Drake, anybody that's doing bad, always look at somebody like Drake. I hope they would have the clarity to look at somebody like Drake and be like, oh wow, money don't mean, because that's a whole ass nigga. I might be on the streets, but hey, do you think I'm a whole ass nigga? Oh hell no, you solid in the motherfucker. Thanks, I appreciate that. Thanks. And you should feel great. You should feel great that you're not Drake, because Drake's surrounded by people that hate his guts, most likely, but they hang around for the money. They just hang around for the money, and that's it.
16 and LA.
And it's not jealousy. It's just like, wow, you a hoe ass nigga. This gotta, like, I would hate that. So of course he paranoid. He frame it as jealousy, but we all know on the inside he is very fragile and insecure. Cause it don't matter how famous you be at all. Real don't give about none of that money and shit. They see right through that. They see right through it. Real people that's really of some, you know what I'm saying, understand it. You just a lame with money. It don't change nothing. We seen Can't Buy Me Love. We seen Money Don't Cost a Thing. We know what it is. Don't you still who you are.
LA could have been a reference to 4 p.m. in Calabasas. And if that's the case, was he hinting to Drake that he knows what's going on in the Hidden Hills? This could have also been a way where Kendrick Lamar could have been hinting at Drake and his escapades over there at Hidden Hills. Just a slight thing that I had noticed when I was going over the lyrics yesterday. But that means that there could be a possible chance that Kendrick was referencing it. For sure, Rick Ross could have been referencing it. And for sure, DJ Vlad had already said what he said. Now, I'm not sure exactly.
DJ Vlad told, like, let's put that out there blatantly. He told, and it's because of your dumb hot dog back neck DJ Sacknet. When I can't wait to Saucy Santana catch up with you, man. He asked for an interview too. I seen it ain't happened yet, but anyway, we'll see what type of questions he go ask you if any questions is even said. But anyway, wow.
Exactly what it is that DJ Vlad is referring to, but it shares the same similarities to what Rick Ross is talking about when he brings up Hidden Hills as well.
I think it's wild that Ross is out here with, the subliminal, and then
and if Ross, if you end up signing a deal with Hidden Valley Ranch, that was me. I want to cut from that.
And Vlad is out here saying, well, there's some things that Vlad knows more than he's saying. Let's keep that, let's keep that a buck right there. Vlad definitely knows more than he's saying. Vlad saying, I heard there was some things. Come on, we all know. If Vlad say that shit, Vlad has heard specifics, bruh. Let's not even cap right now. Vlad has heard specifics.
I swear I don't understand how these dudes, and that's crazy how much clout and money runs. And like I always say this, if you're on YouTube, I'm on YouTube. But it's only certain types of clout I'm gonna accept. Hanging out with Adam 22 just so you could be like, go viral or something, that is strange to me. Like, he looks strange, you do strange things because he got a lot of money. And from what it's saying, but he ain't got a lot of money. Which I'm gonna be honest, I think he just hoarding the money. His business may not have a lot of money per se, but I think he using this to rip off everybody that's there, and there's a bunch of people that ain't gonna get no checks. I think he pulling a rug pull. All my crypto folks know what a rug pull is. I think he yelling broke, but he got that money, and he go finesse his fans for some bags, and then poof, be gone because the feds is here. Ain't it funny how now he broke when the feds get here? After all the interviews, soon as folks start popping up, now he broke. Really? Now the channel might disappear. Wow. So soon as the feds pop up. What a co-winky dink. I swear, man. My mouse go. Uh-oh.
Stop. So whatever y'all thinking, Vlad heard the bruh. That's all I'm gonna say. Vlad heard it, and Vlad know what's going on, and so does Rick Ross. Rick Ross knows some that he just not saying. But this subliminal right here is the point of this was for Drake to see it and for them to feel like, I know what you did. That's all I'm saying. And whatever it is, for him to bring it up like this subliminally, it gotta be something crazy. Because if you really look at this and think about this, there's no way that Ross puts this in a video, in a diss to Drake, and the only thing behind this, y'all smashing chicks at the crib and going crazy. Come on, dog. Let's think about it real quick. There's no reason for him to do this just for that. There gotta be something that he's either ashamed of and he doesn't want people to know that Rick Ross and DJ Vlad know. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's probably something he don't want out there.
I think that this message was supposed to be something subliminal that only Drake would understand. I think this is why.
Because it's got to be. Hidden Hills, Ross is all the way on the East Coast, and he's talking about a whole California neighborhood out of nowhere. Yeah, that meant something.
Rick Ross had made this music video this way, and it's interesting to know now that DJ Vlad is not the only person that's hinting towards Hidden Hills. This party compound was owned by a man named Richard Fitzenwell on legal paper, on legal documentation in black and white. A party compound owned by somebody named Richard Fitzenwell is diabolical. Could only imagine the type of parties that Richard Fitzenwell is throwing. We already know that's the alias he likes to go by in the hotel, in the Mark Hotel. And there was a whole other freaky situation going on there. But apparently Drake likes to be called Richard Fitzenwell when he's doing a dirty deed. I guess that's something that he likes to go by.
Shit.
I guess it's another alter ego. Anita Max Win, Richard Fitzenwell, Drake. I guess that's what it is. But I think all of this, Rick Ross, DJ Vlad, Kendrick Lamar, I think all of this were other clues that potentially exposed Drake's escapades at Hidden Hills. I feel like the rabbit hole is getting deeper. I feel like there's a lot of things that need to be uncovered.
Again, y'all, shout out to the Ville. On time for the Ville, man. Uncovering this, man. This was a big thing to uncover, and these are some.
That was. Shout out to Big Zo. Thanks for goods popping in the chat and stuff, man. That was great covering of the video. Hey, I love when you put the look. Hey, that nobody when you put the key sweat and you was like, who gave about that damn Rick? Was it the Rick Ross part? It was some part. Oh, it was who still listen to push-ups? And nobody, damn right, nobody still listen to push-ups. Yeah, man. This is wild. That. And ain't no telling what other stuff is going on there that we gonna find out. And with how Drake and Kanye used to kick, and I'm surprised Kanye just ain't came out and said no crazy shit. But see, this is the thing. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I roll. For the most part, all the motherfuckers do the same shit if it's concerned. It's nobody that can come out. It's maybe like 3 people that if it came out, they was doing some crazy DDS. I'd be like, oh my gosh, for real? And it wouldn't even be, oh my gosh, for real. Be like, damn, I wouldn't have betted on that. But the rest of these, y'all know what's going on. They been there, they ain't seen it. And they all kind of, that's why they all talk in little secret codes. That's why I don't nobody just say blatant. That's why Kendrick the only person just going out say blatantly. Wanna know why? Because Kendrick stayed his ass in the house. The mother niggas was at them parties. That's why they all do. I'm going to say some secret shit. I'm going to wear the Hidden Valley Ranch jacket. Allegedly. Y'all know me. As JV says, let's keep it alleged. But yeah, that's why everybody be doing secret darts. And only a handful of people, Pac and Kendrick, just came out. Names, places, times. Yeah, I wasn't there. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's only a handful of people I feel like that wasn't there. Everybody else was in them parties, having a good old time, good old debaucherous time. So that's my thoughts on that. To see the rest of this live and over 60 plus members only videos, become a struggle group member for only $2.99.